Welcome back, Pokemon fans. Angel of the Night 091 here, coming at you with the Blueberry Prologue competition. As you guys know, with the expansion of the Indigo Disc, there is a new tournament that came out, similar to how the Kitakami Prologue came out, and then vice versa prior to that. We are all set and ready to go. We've actually got our team already registered here. Just to do a quick go over here, I just want to do a huge shout out first to Hef Nasty. He actually did spend some time with me and kind of went over the team just to see if there was anything that I might have missed that he might have seen. He's a lot bigger VGC player than I am, so shout out to you there, Hef. Thank you very much. So if we take a look at the team here, we've got ourselves a Whimsicott. Now, Whimsicott, of course, is very Gen 5 type of gameplay here, especially with the Prankster. You're going to go and get the Tailwind set up, then you're going to try to go for the Stun Spores and the Taunts. You want to try to control who has what speeds and always ensure that your Pokemon are going to be faster than your opponents. Plus, with the Taunt and Smeargle being around, you don't want to get your Pokemon spored, you don't want to get them basically status inflicted, destiny bonded, that kind of idea. So we're going to go with the Taunt there with that. We've got the Dazzling Gleam, so that way we can hit 2 Pokemon at once. Big issue with this one here, you got to remember Wide Guard does protect against this, so if you do see a Pokemon that has Wide Guard, chances are you're probably going to want to swap out. So we've got Prankster and we've got a Focus Sash, because, you know, with the Whimsicott can be quite frail, especially if you're using a set similar to mine. With that being said, however, got the Focus Sash. It could have gone either way here. We could have gone with, like, you know, any other kind of item other than Focus Sash, but the reason I chose the Focus Sash here is just mainly because I wanted to be able to stay into the battle. Don't want to really lose him right off the bat. First Tailwind, then either the Taunt or the Stun Spore. Pretty much makes sense. Terra type is Ghost. That way we don't get faked out by any Incineroars or any other Pokemon that have Fake Out. There's a lot of fighting types that are available in this competition, like Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, Hitmontop, Scrafty. We don't want to get faked out. So if we see them and we know they're going to fake out, if that's something that we're going to see that's common, we're going to basically bypass that, go for the Terra Ghost. Next Pokemon is everybody's favorite kitty cat. We've got Incineroar. Now, of course, Incineroar, we are going to make it a Terra type of water, and we've given it a Sitrus Berry. Pretty standard set for the Incineroar. We're actually going to go with the Intimidate here, so that way we can drop the attack stat of our opponents. And then, of course, we've got the Fake Out, the Flare Blitz, the Parting Shot, and the Knockoff. I don't really think I need to explain the Parting Shot, but the Parting Shot itself, if you do use it, it's going to drop the attack and special attack of your opponent, and then force Incineroar back to your party. So as you can see here, we've actually gone with a pretty high special defensive value and mostly HP here. But we'll go over those here in just a minute. If we look at our next Pokemon here, we've got a Terapagos. Yeah, Terapagos is kind of going to be a big deal here in this tournament, considering it's the big new Pokemon that everybody is wanting to use here. And that Terra Shift is going to be a big deal, basically transforming into a Stellar type. That Stellar type is going to be big, especially when you pair it up with Tera Starstorm. Tera Starstorm is going to be able to hit 2 opponents at once. Big thing you have to worry about here, again, is Wide Guard, but that's why we've added the Aura Sphere onto this here. We are going to go in, we're going to automatically go for the Terra Shift. It's going to change its form. And then, of course, we're going to go for the Terrestrialization, go for the Calm Mind, and we're going to boost up our special defensive value as well as our special attack. Showdown matches seems to be the biggest play. One thing that I have to say with that, though, is that if I lead off with it, seems to be better than holding on to it for a later play, but that all solely depends on the opponent's own Terapagos. Next Pokemon here we've got with us is Walking Wake. It was a big toss-up between what legendaries I was going to bring into this or what paradoxes. I really wanted to bring in the Entei variant. However, with that being said, Walking Wake just has better stats with special attack and speed, so I figured I might as well bring him. He's going to be fast. Plus, with the Tailwind, I should be able to outspeed other Walking Wakes. And this is really the first competition that's going to allow Walking Wake into the battle. So, huge shout out to this thing. I expect to get a lot of damage off onto it here. Protosynthesis, of course, any kind of sunlight is basically going to boost some of its stats. And, of course, we've given it the booster energy. So we're going to go with that Pokemon there. The next Pokemon here, if you take a look, we've got Swampert. Swampert was kind of a random Pokemon to throw in here. When I build a team, I basically start off with the Pokemon that I want to feature on the team. In this situation here, it was Terapagos. And then, of course, we added Whimsicott and Incineroar. And then I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, we're going to add in Walking Wake. And I'm like, oh no, I'm kind of in a pickle here because I don't really want something that's going to give me more type weaknesses than what I've already got. So I usually tend not to have more than two Pokemon more than two Pokemon at a times 2 disadvantage to a certain type. I'm not big on stacking them up in a way where, you know, I have 3 Pokemon that are weak to one specific or 4 or 5. I'm very oriented that way when I'm building my team. So when I was looking at the Pokemon, I saw Swampert, and Swampert has some pretty decent defensive values. And then, of course, it also has really good attack and HP. Now, it's not a very fast Pokemon, mind you, so there are Trick Room teams out there. You're going to see Gothitelle, you're going to see Shadow Tag, you're going to see a lot of different things out there. So I thought to myself, well, what if I brought Swampert purely for that reason? So that way, if I do come up against a Trick Room team, I can just throw Swampert out and we can basically combat it the best way that we can. Now, in the event that the Pokemon, of course, is going to be outsped, I have Avalanche. So if there's no Trick Room and we've got Swampert out, there's a Pokemon that's faster. If he's going to be able to survive a hit, I'm going to go for that Avalanche because that's basically going to come back and double the damage power onto my opponent. Plus with the capability of Flip Turn, that's going to get some damage, send it back to my party, and then I can easily get a free swap out. So huge shout out there to Hef for the idea of the Flip Turn. Same kind of idea as like the parting shot with the Incineroar. We want to get a free swap in. So that's kind of the idea there. We did decide to go with the Torrent. And we gave him the Assault Vest. Next Pokemon, Raging Bolt. Now, originally on this team, I was like, okay, well, I need to have an Electric-type Pokemon. There's some Pokemon that are going to be a key factor here. I thought, okay, I'm going to use Zebstrika. And as I set up Zebstrika, the first thing I thought of is Milk. Back in the day on Snowpoint Temple, he was obsessed with Zebstrika, and I'm like, man, I gotta honor this guy. But at the same time, when I was doing this, Raging Bolt just does so much more damage. And one thing about me is that you guys know I like to use a lot of the underrated Pokemon. This is really the first time that I'm going with some over-the-top characters, some overused and borderline Uber related Pokemon. So one thing with the Raging Bolt that I have to say here, Hef really helped me out here trying to get the team going with Raging Bolt. He basically provided me his set for it. So we've got the Thunderclap, Protect, Thunderbolt, and Dragon Pulse. As you guys know, we've got it into the Terra type of Grass, just because, you know, we don't want to get hit with any kind of like ground type moves here. So just to show you guys here at the bottom, I did go through and put the little stats. Oh, you guys can't see that because I'm in the way. But essentially, I put like little hearts and stuff on there. I tried to get it there the best that I can. We're basically going to focus on to the special attack and the HP, whereas the other ones that are in blue are basically have some effort values invested into it there. So that's kind of an idea. If we take a look at the notepad document that I've got here, I'll put the actual team layout and the sets in the notes. I've also got a rental code there for you, so be sure to check out the description below for the rental code. That way you guys, if you want to try out the team, you can. So we've got Whimsicott here, 252 in special attack, 6 in special defense, and 252 in speed. Timid Nature. Incineroar, we've got him with a Careful Nature, 252 HP, 4 attack, 140 in defense, 76 in special defense, and 36 in speed. Terapagos, of course, Stellar for the Terra type. We're going with that Modest Nature, obviously, for the Calm Mind scenario. We've got 120 HP, 252 special attack, 136 speed. We want to basically get a bit of speed into our Terapagos, so that way if we do get a Tailwind up, we might be able to outspeed another Terapagos. Walking Wake is 116 in HP, 20 in defense, 180 in special attack, 4 in special defense, and 180 in speed. And then, of course, Swampert, 248 in HP, 252 in attack, and 8 in special defense. And then, of course, our Raging Bolt. Now, I had 3 different sets here, but we're going with that Modest Nature. You want to basically maximize the amount with the Protosynthesis with the special attack. So 228 in HP, 4 in defense, 252 in special attack, 4 in special defense, And of course, we've got 20 in speed, so that we might be able to outspeed some of the other Raging Bolts that are out there. So without further ado, we've got the team actually are registered. You guys can see here that I've got 2 of them. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. So first things first, we're going to go ahead here and connect up online. And we are going to go in and enter the Masters Division for the Blueberry Prologue. Now, as you guys know, I have had some difficulty trying to get some of these uploads going. So what I have decided to do, as you guys can see here, we are actually not doing our scoreboard here today. I know you guys are probably really broken by that, but I find that I do a lot of these tournaments, I get the recordings done, but then I run into issues where I don't really get the opportunity to get all of the scoreboards done in time to allow it to be beneficial to the times. So I'm going to try to do all of these battles without the scoreboards and try to get them uploaded as soon as possible. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the video here so far. We are going to be up against Azarath. It looks like he's got Scrafty, Rhyperior, Meowstick. Meowstick? Yeah. Porygon 2, Primarina, and that Duraludon evolution. I can't think of what its name is. It's still fairly new to me, but that is going to be a thing. Pretty sure we're going to get faked out by that Meowstick. I'm pretty sure. But he'll probably go into the Incineroar for that. I think what I'll do is I'll go in with the Incineroar first. And then, of course, we'll have Terapagos in the background. And then I think Walking Wake is probably the better choice. Raging Bolt, of course. If I do have Raging Bolt, I don't think I have anything that I can handle for that Rhyperior. But with the Duraludon evolution, I think Walking Wake can probably take it here. So we are going to go with that. And we are going to go done. Now, it's very possible this could be a Trick Room team. We won't know until we really get in there, but from what I've seen, Meowstick has been a Prankster set with Fake Out, and it does seem to outspeed the Incineroar. So we kind of have to watch out for that one. Okay, Porygon 2 and Primarina. As you guys can see, Water and Fairy, and then of course a normal type Pokemon. We get the Intimidate off here, not really going to do anything there for the Primarina and the Porygon 2. However, that does boost up the Porygon 2 special attack, which is really not that great of a plan. With the Whimsicott, we're definitely going to want to go in for the Tailwind here, but I think with the Incineroar, we're going to go in for the Fake Out onto the Primarina, just so that way we don't get any kind of damage back onto us in that situation. Trick Room might still be a thing. Yeah, Trick Room. Okay, so that's unfortunate because we've got a lot of fast Pokemon onto our team at the moment. However, Incineroar might not be able to outspeed that Primarina right at the moment, but we are going to go in for the Stun Spore onto the Primarina. And then with the Porygon 2, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go for that knockoff. Just in case that there's something funky onto that Porygon 2, such as like the Evolite. Evolite could be a big thing. Okay. Okay, it's going to activate our Sitrus Berry. That's okay. So we do get a little bit of our health back here. I'm really hoping that we can get a hit off onto the Porygon. Third Spray. That is gross. Okay, there's the Ice Beam. Unfortunately for us, we are going to lose the Whimsicott. Come on, Incineroar. So, in this situation here, Incineroar seems to be the last attacking Pokemon, which I don't really understand why that would be, but we're going to go with the Terapagos here. I'm going to give it a go. Now, I did do a bit of practice battles on Showdown. To be fair, I probably didn't do as much as I should have, but I started my team very late in the idea behind this tournament. So we're going to go for the Terrestrialize. We're going to go for the Calm Mind here. And then, of course, with the Incineroar, we are going to go in for the attack onto probably the Porygon 2. Now, I could go for the Parting Shot on the Primarina, but I don't think Primarina is going to be able to survive too much from the Terapagos, so I don't think I have too much to worry about there. But we'll see what happens. Now, this is actually the first time that I'm using Terapagos in a Wi-Fi battle. I haven't battled since this DLC came out, so I might be a little bit rusty here. But I have a general idea of what is to come, so... Okay, there's the Calm Mind. That is going to boost up some of our stats here. Originally, I had Protect onto Terapagos, but I'm not really a big protector for Wi-Fi battles. Just not really my thing. I think the Calm Mind should help me out here. Plus, I think with the Walking Wake, I might be okay. I'm thinking Trick Room should probably wear off here soon. Protosynthesis. Okay, we boosted our stats. Okay, let's check some status here. Tailwind is up. Okay, Trick Room's only 2 more turns. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, let's go for the Tera Storm. And then I'm going to go for the Protect with the Walking Wake. Now, that's one thing that I do have with my Walking Wake, obviously, is Protect. Same thing with the Raging Bolt. You just never know exactly what you're going to be up against. And I think this is the perfect case to have Protect here. As soon as people see the Walking Wake, they're like, okay, Walking Wake's the biggest threat here on the field. And realistically, Terapagos probably should be the threat. Hoping that I actually got my effort values correctly here when I train them. Yeah, okay, perfect. But then again, we also knocked off the Evolite from the Porygon, so... Now, the good thing is that he can't go for the Trick Room again. So once Trick Room is done, that's it. Tailwind is peered out, of course, so we can't actually get that speed boost. Not really sure what to expect from this guy. I wasn't really... Archalodon. Okay, so obviously there is a big issue right there. We're going to go for the Aura Sphere. Actually, let's go for the Tera. And we are going to go for... I want to say Flamethrower on Archalodon, but I think Dragon Pulse is probably going to give me a better stab. Hopefully I survive that. Yes! Let's go! Oh! Draco Meteor, no! Oh, that's BS. That's also the first time I've actually used the Walking Wake as well. I haven't used Walking Wake yet in a Wi-Fi battle. Nice. Except his stamina is boosted, but that's okay. We're a special attacker anyway. So he's got 2 down. I'm down to my last Pokemon. He's got 2 Pokemon. He's dropped his special attack based off of the Draco Meteor. So he's really got 2 Pokemon left. I should be able to outspeed whatever comes in. I'm hoping. Now that the Trick Room is done, I do have some speed values invested in Terapagos. So we'll see what happens here. I do have to say, though, that I really like the Terraform of Terapagos. That thing is beautiful. But I don't really understand why there's a little turtle on top of the crown. That's just not that cool. But okay, so I'm thinking we should be able to outspeed these 2 Pokemon. So let's go for the Tera Starstorm again. I'm hoping we'll be able to take that Rhyperior. Oh, he's going for the Terra Change. I bet you he goes for Ghost. I bet you he goes for Ghost. Is it going to be Ghost? He went for Grass. That's interesting. He probably didn't want to get hit by any kind of like fighting type move, or maybe he's going for like some like Earthquake or something like that on the other guy. But let's go for that Tera Starstorm here. I'm hoping this is going to finish him off. Oh, Rhyperior, no. This is going to be a very close battle. I'm pretty sure Rhyperior's got us. Thunder Punch. Yep. So I don't really have any kind of like big defensive values in Terapagos. So I mean, he was already down that far. Rhyperior's a physical attacker. Unfortunately for us, that's just how the cookie crumbles, but it was a very close battle. But I'm satisfied with that match. That match was pretty fun. So even though it was a loss, it's still kind of like a win for me because I had so much fun. And that's kind of the way you have to look at it in Wi-Fi battles, guys. If you can't have fun, what's the point? All right, so I'm going to update my little tracker here. I do track my win to loss ratio here, so I'm going to mark down that I lost 1. And of course, our rating from 1500 is actually going to go down a little bit. So I will update that as soon as we get the information. And I will catch you guys in the next battle. Be sure to drop your comments, like the video if you enjoyed it. And as well, if you are enjoying my content, make sure you subscribe and hit the little alert button so that way you guys always know when I have an upload. Take care, have a good one, and as always, peace out.